Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Saving Uncle's Farm series. Right now, we're beginning to start tillage. I've got to get that out of the field. Yeah. Give me 1 second, let me grab that 4440 right there. I did plant that off screen before we built the new farm, which I'm sure you guys have watched that video. If not, please make sure to go check it out, which we will end up seeing that farm in today's video. The uncle's debt is 100% completely paid off. There is one new tractor, so now we have 2 pieces of tillage equipment. I purchased a Big Bud. And I don't remember what cultivator I picked up. But yeah, I ended up picking up a Big Bud tractor and a cultivator go in the back of that. So let's get this in here. Yeah, alright. Go ahead, we'll get this into the field here, and I'm gonna hire a worker out on this field. So we can get a little bit more accomplished throughout the day. We do have grain yet to sell. I've got to check prices and see what everything's going for. 2 headlands, do the headlands, then we'll do the up and downs, then the headlands. So we break up the compacted ground on the outside edges. Okay, we'll hop out. We'll let George go for what he's going for. Yeah, so this bin has 55,000 liters of corn and 64,000 liters of soybean in it. So we are I'm going to fire this up here. I'm going to move this out of the way just for, okay. Okay. That's not what's supposed to happen. I don't know what that was about. That was really weird. Alright, so we will go ahead, we will jump down to the other farm real quick. I did get all of the equipment moved over. This is the Big Bud, and I got the Summers Super Chisel to go behind it. I got everything over here on the new property. I know we went over the buildings in the last video, but we got the header in there, the Bison semi-trailer set up there, or the Wilson that hooks up to the Chevy Bison. We got the 8310 in here, the Pete, the newer Wilson trailer, or Load King, I mean. We've got the old Bison parked back here in the corner. Let's go ahead and close these doors up because we won't be using any of that anytime soon. In the semi, yes, but and then in here we've got our planter and tractor in here. Combine moved backwards for whatever reason. We'll just super strength. I don't know what you're talking about. And the head also lifted up. Alright, there we go. But yeah, we've got our skidder and our lawnmower over here. We've got a pressure washer. Yep, there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is a spray shed. So like our seed, fertilizer, solid or liquid fertilizer, herbicide, all of our seed, all that style of stuff can come in here. I do have to get a either a pull behind spreader or self-propelled sprayer. We'll find one down the road. The field there, we picked that up on a good deal. That is a total, let's see, that's a total of 15 acres there of farmable land. So I said, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll take that. So we're going to head up the road here. Get our bud. Everybody's stopping because they like the big bud. We're gonna cultivate the 2 smaller fields with this. It's gonna be like no work for this thing to cultivate those 2 fields. That's gonna be field 6 and field 9, being that field 7 has already been tilled and planted. So everybody's just stopping for this thing. Let's try to not take out the road sign. Alright. We're gonna go ahead, we're just gonna pull in right through here. Think about the only thing I need to do with this field, in which I don't have my chainsaw on me. I need to come in and clear these out, just so we get this. I can back into it, but it doesn't look right. So we will turn the lines off. She's not too happy with this cultivator. This cultivator requires about 100 more, I think it was 50 more horsepower than what this tractor has. But it pulls it, so I was happy with it, just pulling it. 7 miles an hour is good working speed. There's George over there tilling that up. I figured we needed to go with a little bit bigger tillage equipment just so we could get tillage done a little faster. And there's not much there to even till. There's barely a pass there. as for the 90 series, here be the first week of August. Yes, the first week of August. That series and this series I'm not gonna focus too much on. I want to get the 90 series really rolling. Yeah, I'll do a couple of videos on this series over the next 2 months until August. The whole first week of August, there will be videos daily. I'm hoping daily, anyways, as long as I can edit them fast enough. It's going to be nothing but the 1990 series that whole week. I will have time to myself for about a week. And this is going to be in and out of me doing some side work. Personal life, side work. See if this one gets caught in the trees on the right side like the other one does. Oh, it missed it. Heck yeah. And they did change GPS up a little bit. If we go in here, when it hits the end of the row, it will automatically turn cruise control off. Working with is still the same. All this is still the same. They added this. As far as the AI worker, nothing's new over here. They did also change when you load in, where you select your mods and stuff, it shows you what needs to be updated, what mods need an update, what mods don't. And when you hit start, if you have some that need updates, it'll ask you, do you want to update first? I just got the new internet, super fast, so I mean, it's going to be really easy to update stuff. Videos are going to be able to be published quite a bit faster. Just for the fact of my internet is now running at 500 megabytes a second instead of 1.6 megabytes a second. And we'll get pulled up here. I'll turn around in the road because nobody comes down this road. Probably not good for this big old tractor, but drop that cultivator back down. This series is really coming a long way. We had the ground texture issues when Giants did their, I think it was their 1.7 update. Was able to fix them. You just have to take the in-game XML for shaders and put it into the modded map, and it fixes the ground. For me to update this map, I would have to completely rebuild everything, and I'm not very good at rebuilding everything exactly the way it was. So that's why I just took the easy way, didn't do the update on the map. I just took the shaders profile XML file and moved it over and replaced it with the one that comes with the map. I replaced the one for for the map with the in-game one. And with it being so long since we played, I figured I would push it a little forward because it was starting to get a little slow. Kind of doing the same things over and over. And doing the same things over and over can get a little boring sometimes. So I figured I'd change it up a little bit, build the new farm, get a couple new pieces of equipment. The combine is now purchased in ours. Uncle Ben, he's still there. We'll see him when we go to sell the grain off. As far as the dealership, they built that big old shop and they have not gotten any inventory in, so I'm not sure what's going on there. We definitely will be taking the combine in spring to get looked over and everything. And it's been about 2 weeks since I uploaded, hasn't it? Because today is May 26th. George is kicking that field out like no tomorrow. He's pushing that old 8000 series. This big bud just looks so good out in the field working, just like it should. Just like it did many, many years ago. So what we'll do to get back up to the top of the field without driving over the field, I'll fold up. We'll pull through the ditch, we'll run up the road here. At all 20 miles an hour, which is kind of surprising for this thing. I wouldn't expect it to go that fast. It's obviously got LED lights in it all the way around so we could see at night when we work in the fields. Alright. And we'll start unfolding that again. I still love how they added the whole ground deformation into the game. I find it really amazing. If we could just get a decent winter out here. It's one thing I've noticed since Giants took over the what was the Seasons mod, and I may even do a throwback to Farming Simulator 2019 with the Seasons mod. ever since Giants took over the seasons, the whole seasons thing, and for FS22, um, winners are not very common. Um, and it doesn't matter what map you play on. Like I usually play one single day because I don't do enough to have it on set on more than one day. Actually, which I've got to fix that time scale. There we go. One day per month is plenty enough for me. It's enough to get tillage done and planted, and that makes it a little more realistic when it comes around to planning. You know, out in the field working until it's 2 o'clock in the morning, planting the field and making sure everything's alright. But that's one thing I've noticed since Giants took over the whole seasons thing is winners are very, very rare. You barely get any snow. If it does snow, you don't get very much. So like I said, I might do a little throwback to Farming Simulator 19. Do a little playthrough series on a map on there. I really liked, I cannot remember the name of that American map. The Lone Star map, I think it was. And I still have all of my mods from FS19, so I can make myself the perfect setup for that playthrough series. So let me know if you guys would like to see a FS19 throwback playthrough series on the Lone Star map. I believe that was the name of it. I do not 100% remember. It's been a long time since I've played FS19. Alright, well there's that field tilled up, and honestly, I'm not even going to fold the cultivator up. We're going to pop through the ditch here and we're going to jump right into the next field. No, I am going to fold it up. Because I forgot, I got to go all the way to the back of the field for me to start it the right way. And this cultivator's not fitting through here unfolded. That is still something we're going to do. We are still going to get cows at some point. Just waiting for the right time to grab cows, so... and honestly, I may just save the cow series for the cow farm. I may leave that for the FS19 series because that map that I'm talking about, I believe it is Lone Star. I do not 100% remember. I'll have to look back and see. That map was great for cattle. That was a great cattle map. So so I have to look back and see. Alright, let's take a little pause here. Let's see here. I do not remember how the rows go on this field, so... I'm gonna have to turn the lines on, because I cannot see... Oh, because it's going the opposite way of what I'm going. No, we gotta change that. There we go. That is a whole lot better. That's how it should be, not the other way around. So last night, I'll do a little bit of a story time here. So last night, me and some buddies, we threw a bonfire for Memorial Day weekend. Had a good time, friends out, did some fireworks. I don't even know what time it was. I'd say probably about midnight. Well, no, 11:56 is when we stopped doing fireworks because they were then illegal after 11:56. Before that, I had went over to my truck to grab my gloves so I could pick up some of the wood off the side and throw on the fire. And I looked over, and somebody had thrown a firecracker in front of one of my buddy's cars. Okay, that's weird. It went off. I was like, you guys messing with me or something? And they're like, no, we don't have firecrackers. And none of us had firecrackers. We had them. We lit them off, just having fun. So we had already used the firecrackers. About midnight. It was 11:56 when we shot off our last firework, and it was a big boomer firework. It was the last one. Ended up looking over towards my truck, and I seen something underneath my truck glowing. I was like, what is that? I started walking towards it, and then it exploded, and I didn't know what it was. It was dark at that point in time, and I wasn't bothering looking. We ended up going looking through the fields out by around my house. Checked the neighbors' wooded part of their property. We seen nobody or anything. No tracks really. We had a friend come out that has night vision, and he kind of just sat in the dark for a little while and was checking. He said he seen a couple of hot spots, but he wasn't sure what they were. They weren't moving or anything. They were like a deer bed or something, which I figured the neighbor's property, there's deer all the time over on their property, so I figured it was, like he said, it was a deer bed. I just went out there a little bit ago before I started recording this video, and I looked where the trailer was parked, and there was a bunch of firecrackers wrapped in duct tape, and that's what went off underneath my truck. We have no idea who it was. We thought it was one of our buddies messing with us that had just showed up, but unfortunately it was not him, because he was standing right next to me when the second one went off. I've checked with all of my friends, all of my neighbors, and they said they said they were either at home or out somebody else's place or sleeping, whatnot. Last night was a little bit of a crazy night. It had us all a little freaked out. We'll get these last two rows done here, and this field is done. Looks like he's getting there on that field over there. George is. He's almost done. Most of the other farmers have got their fields tilled, so I called and asked them, hey, can you guys come help me? I was thinking about doing a quick cut on this field over here, but I'm not 100% sure. Really wish I could afford the self-propelled mower and self-propelled baler. It would just make baling and mowing a lot quicker. But after I sell the grain off, we might be able to afford, depending on what grain price is. Because unlike the previous harvest, we don't have 120,000 liters of nothing but corn. We've got about 120,000 liters, half and half of corn and soybeans. I know soybeans usually go for more, so I'm not sure exactly what we'll get out, but we will, once we pull out of the field here, I'll start folding this up, and I will check prices and see what grain is going for right now. If it's not a good price, or if it's not going up in price, we won't bother selling it. Let's see here. Let's go here. And I will show you guys actually real quick the finance. As you can see here, we do not owe any more money. Let's see, corn price, farmer's market is $1,300. June it was $2,100. Looks like January we might get a little closer. Let's check that soybean price. Soybeans are at 2,000. They usually go for 5,400. So I would say we'll take the corn just because it's a little closer to its high price. We'll go ahead and we'll take the corn in. And then we'll save the soybeans and see if the price goes up anytime soon. Well, was the price going up on soybeans anytime soon? No, it's going to keep dropping. It goes up a little bit and then it drops back. We've really been nice to been able to sold soybeans in June for $5,400 per 1,000 liters. That would have been just amazing. So we will run this back down to the new farm. We'll get the peat out, get it hooked up to the trailer. We'll get up here, we'll load corn up. We'll take the corn, we'll go sell the corn. Hey, George is not doing too bad. He's I don't see him. Okay, I see him. He's way back there. Oh, keep her straight. Keep her on the road. Yeah, he's way back there. I just can see him. Like, yeah, he's at the back of the property. Looks like he's heading up to the top of the field to finish that, and gonna come around and do his headland passes. I've talked to several farmers in real life that do the same style. Tell them, why do you do that? They said that saves the headland from so much compaction, because the headland gets the most compaction. So what you do is you till the inside of the field first, and then you come back around, and then you do the outside of the field. It helps break that hard soil up. Where usually, like I just did with this big bud, I didn't do the inside first, I did the outsides and then the insides. That put a lot of compaction on, but this tractor also has big tires on it. So that kind of helps reduce the compaction a little bit. So yeah, I think the last thing we will do, this is going to be a full raw video, no editing, because I'm right about that 40-minute mark. What I'll do is I'll cut here, I'll get the semi up to the other farm, we'll get it loaded down with the corn, and then I will see you when we are selling the corn. Alright guys, we're pulling up on the farm here. I know I said I would catch you back at the dealer. That's alright, we'll do a little time lapse loading the corn up here, getting the auger set up and everything. So Um, yeah, I will catch you in the time lapse here real quick. Alright guys, here we are pulling in. There's 4,000 liters of corn left in there. I'm not going to go back for that, because I know there's going to be soybean leftovers, so when we go to pull the soybean, there's definitely going to be soybeans leftovers, so we can just haul the leftovers out when we get to that point. So we'll go ahead and we'll see what we make here. Made 21,000 off of that bin. Let's see. Made 13 off of that one. We'll probably make another 21,000 off of this one. Oh, 34,000 off of that one. Let's just out of curiosity, I do not remember what that mower cost. Is it in here? Well, definitely not that one. That was $400,000. Windrower, 135,000. And that's another 48,000. What's in the sale? Oh, that's not a bad price there. But what would I honestly use it for? I guess it could be a backup for if something breaks down. Let's see. How many hours does it? It's got 560 hours on it. Let's see. It's 550 horse. Standard tracks. Front weights. There's no front weights on it. I mean, the paint is immaculate other than back here on the 3-point. I honestly say let's go for it. Let's go for it. It was a good purchase. What I'll do is, since the farm is so close now, I can... Oh, this is gonna be... It's the only thing that sucks about having a long semi is turning radius. There's no turning radius. And we'll just walk back down here to the dealership to pick that up, since the farm is not that far away. I don't know. We could take... What we'll do is we'll unhook our planter tractor and bring it down to get serviced. Because Uncle Ben never got that thing serviced. Just getting in here is going to be a little tight right now. Honestly, I think I'll park over here. Just park it up over here for right now. And my favorite part, we'll do my favorite part. We'll drop the bags. We'll shut it off and get out. There we go. Do we put the old Cummins to work? No, no. Let's see. Let's wash this big butt up first here. This thing all prettied up again. It's dirty and nasty. Should get that radiator all washed out. This cultivator, spray it off nice and good. We'll actually back this cultivator off behind the shed right here to the left. Should we spray that? Well, let's spray all this up too here. There we go. Alright, let's go. We'll fire this up. Forgot that I almost backed around that corner and backed right into the Dodge. I almost forgot it was there. So what I'll do is I'll pull up like this and back in there. Yeah, that'll work perfect. And we'll pull this thing in. I'm gonna go to the other door. That door's kind of broken, so we'll come in this door. Open this up. We definitely gotta move this out of the way. What we'll do is we'll back this up. We'll go ahead and we'll pull this truck out. We'll park it over here. I'll park it in here for right now. Seems like a good spot for it for the time being. We'll pull the bud in. And then the planter. Let's go ahead and we'll leave the planter right there. We'll unhook right here. We'll wiggle this thing out of here. Let's sit there and warm up real quick. We'll get the 8310 put back inside for right now. Oh. You go this way. I know it was a very tight fit before. I think that was about as far back as I can go. Oh no, I could go a little bit. Oh, I had it in here crooked before. That's why I could only go so far back. So go ahead, we'll hop in this. 4 ways, beacons. I'll hit the road here. Get this thing on down the road. We're almost there. I can see the nice green building, and then got this guy rolling up on my rear end. Impatient people. It's actually surprisingly not following that close. Usually they follow real close. We'll turn in here. Turn those beacons off. And I will park this over here where they're in the service spot. Alright, there we go. Walk over here. I left the keys and all the paperwork in. Very, very good looking tractor. 9370 Case Steiger. It's the first of the quad tracks, and actually they fixed the 3-point up a little bit for us. They painted it up a little bit. They missed some spots, but I'm guessing they just said psh, psh, with a rattle cannon. Called it good, so let's fire this thing up. Pretty basic interior. See how she sounds. Sounds like a Case. Really, really, really quiet. Got some decently bright lights around it. Like I said, this would be more of, keep this as a backup tractor. If the bud goes down or the other tillage tractor goes down, we can throw it on. Planter tractor goes down, we can throw it on. Even the grain cart tractor. So this will be pretty much just a backup tractor. Let me get on my side of the road. So yeah, guys, as soon as we get back over here to the farm, we'll get this parked up inside. I think I'll put it on the other side of the combine, towards this east wall. So I'll pull in here, turn this 4-ways off. I need to put a drive across here. I didn't get enough gravel when I had the gravel delivered, so the semi will be alright to sit over there. It's not supposed to rain, or well, it's supposed to rain, but it'll be alright. It's been rained on before. The only thing I don't want is snow getting on it. So I'll go ahead and I'll go in here. Let's see, can we fit it? What I will do, fire that up here. Back that up. Now it is a pretty tight fit to the door. I really gotta watch. Yeah, watch not only the head, but the grain top. And we'll grab this and back it in. We'll back it up over here in the corner. Oh. Alright, let's check. Yep, we're good. Go ahead and we'll back the big old girl back in here. I think that's far enough back. But drop that head back down, shut it off. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, I know it was kind of plain Jane, just doing some tillage work. But if you enjoyed today's video, please consider liking and subscribing. Like I said, stay tuned. The 90s series, the first week of August, I'm going to try and have a video out on the 90s series for every day of the week, Monday through Friday. Well, Monday through Saturday. Oops. So stay tuned. There will be several more videos. I'll do this series for the next couple of weeks, and then the 90s series we will start booming on the 90s series. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.